What's happening, Hot Wheelers? Joe Motor back with you here for a video looking at some vintage Hot Wheels pieces today. I'm going to start off, I'm going to show you some of the loose pieces I've been picking up lately, and I'm going to start off though with a few pieces that were sent to me by fellow collector Matthew, better known as VeeDub Matt on YouTube. Don't think VeeDub Matt, I don't think you have any videos yet, but I would love to see one. I think you probably have a really great collection, and I think we have the same interest in vintage Hot Wheels. But he sent me this note. It says, "Keep up the great work with the YouTube channel. Included in this package is the vintage Firebird funny car, a few extra goodies." So I'll show you the extra goodies first before we get to the funny car. But he sent me 3 convention cars. You did not have to do that. This is awesome. 50 Buick Woody from the 6th Annual Collectors Nationals. I'll show you the card art there. Only 3,000 of these made, and this is not numbered, but still limited to 3,000. Very nice. Got the crest on the top. A lot of the conventions cars will have the crest, the logo of the particular convention. Surfboard in the back with the wood paneled hatch, rear hatch. Very cool. Got 6 Nats on the license plate, short for Nationals. Look at those tail lights sticking out there. Pretty wicked. And then white wall tires. Look at that front grille. Ooh, that's nice. Looks like it has an opening hood. Very nice. And check out the base. Look how detailed that undercarriage is with the red and chrome. Very nice piece, Matt. 50s Buick Woody. You don't see that casting that often. He also sent me, oops, just dropped one, that's great. He also sent me this 57 Chevy. This one is from the 11th Annual Hot Wheels Collectors Nationals in Cincinnati, Ohio. Shad Juice, what's up? You got this one? This one's got Cincinnati Special on the side with these big old deep dish tires, Real Riders, fat meats, whatever you want to call them. Some flamage, crest on top. It's got the license plate with 2011 Nats written on it. Really nice 57 Chevy. Nice piece. Love those thick Real Riders. What do you think, Shad? I might need to send this to you. It's pretty nice. You know, that's a hometown special there for you. He also sent me this monster right here, the 55 Chevy panel. This is from the 24th Annual Collectors Convention in LA. This one is honkin' awesome right here. Look at that. I got the Hot Wheels racing tampos on the side. Gary Swisher, 20 years of Hot Wheels. I assume that's to commemorate him as an employee, designer, and administrator of the collector site and everything. And then on the back here you have the opening hatch, and I do believe there's a bike in there. You can kind of see it moving around. I think the newer castings that are coming out in the nostalgia and pop culture do not have the bike in them, and I don't think they're going to even have the opening door anymore. So, you know, they're cutting costs left and right, but hopefully some of the collector models will still have that feature. So, very nice, Matt. That was super cool of you to send those. You did not have to do that. This one I think is limited, 1325 out of 1500. Pretty low number overall. Very cool. I might be talked into trading 1 or 2 of these, but I don't know. They're pretty nice. This Cincinnati one here is 1381 at 2000. Very nice. Now the piece that I actually had my eye on of his was this Firebird funny car. So let me adjust the camera. I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the car I had my eye on that Matt had. This is the original 77 Firebird funny car. I have a replica of this in the Collector's Choice, Hot Wheels Collector's Choice set that I showed in a recent video. And you'll notice Race Groups pointed out in his video that each one of the Collector's set cars has a tampo on it to let you know it's a replica. And also there'll probably be some differences on the base. But this is the original, as you can see there. And of course the funny car feature where the body comes up. Just an awesome looking piece. And I might use the term awesome a couple of times in this video. But I'm really digging the vintage black wall stuff and the Real Riders. You know, every collector probably goes through this phase, but I've kind of stopped going out hunting for major, big hauls of stuff, and I've been kind of saving up and looking for more select pieces, vintage pieces that I've really been wanting. But this Firebird will look great next to my Fireball, both of the Firebird funny cars here. So Matt, thanks for completing that little pair for me. Those two look great. So speaking of dragsters, here's some more Blackwall pieces I've been picking up. This is the Show Mustang 2. As you can see, it's got the 2 with the Mustang logo there in front. Champion and Bell sponsor logos here. It's got some smudges on the paint, and so it's not mint, but it's still pretty nice condition. And I can't remember what the body style is of this particular Mustang. You'll have to let me know in the comments, but I really like that body style, the front end there. Big thick black walls in the back. I just love how meaty and mean this thing is. It's just a big chunk of metal, and body comes up. I don't remember if there was a bar that held this up or not. This had a different colorway too. I think it came in green, and it may have come in a plain Jane yellow too. I can't remember how many variations of this there were. So I'd like to find me a minty fresh one someday, but this one pretty good. It came in a lot, so not bad. Here's a super van, very cool super van. Noticed in Jeff Hill's video the other day, he showed a lot of his super van collection, which is really nice. Jeff, really dig that super van collection, and I think this piece was in it. The only thing I don't like about these old super vans is that they have a plastic base, so I'm not real excited about that. I'd really love them to be a heavy, chunkier casting, but that's okay. It still looks great in the display case. I don't think this piece is that rare, but it does have the Blackwall tires. Really enjoy the blue sparkle paint with the flamage and the super van tampo on the side. That's just kind of a must-have for me if I'm going to get a vintage super van. But I might try to collect some more of the super vans, but it may take me a while to catch up with you, Jeff. But it's a good start here for this vintage piece. Here's a nice looking piece here, Datsun 200SX. This one came in 2 or 3 different colorways. Cobra's TV, I think, showed a gold version of this, and then there's also a white version. And I think they all come with the gold Ultra Hot wheels. And this is just a pretty unique casting. It's all metal, of course. You've got the 200SX on the back license plate there. Got the blue glass, or plastic for the windshield. It's kind of out of place, but. And then what's cool is the when you open the hood here, you can see the chrome motor, which is all part of the base, but the headlights are actually part of that same piece. So you can kind of see the headlights are chromed out, and they're fitted in there as from part of the base. Thought that was pretty interesting. You don't see that very often. And just kind of a big chunky piece right there. Plastic bumper. Here's the nice looking base, Datsun 200SX, very clean. 1981 Hong Kong. And probably the best thing about this model is got the gold Ultra Hots, and the suspension on these things is amazing. Watch this. Just look how that thing bounces around, and then it rolls like a dream. I mean, this thing would probably roll a mile if you had it on a smooth surface or more. Probably exaggerating, but you get the drift. Smooth as silk. It's amazing how smooth that rolls. So love that casting. Everybody's kind of crazy for Datsuns these days, so it's kind of cool to see an older, kind of a more rare looking casting and have it roll like a dream. So nice piece. Here's a cute little guy. This is the 024 Omni, or Dodge Omni, I'm guessing. Had this piece as a kid. I'm sure it got beaten up and lost, but found this one minty fresh and had to pick it up. Really cool model. It also has an interesting headlight feature. The headlights are from the windshield coloring. You see the kind of blue color there, kind of translucent, which is the same as the windshield there. And then the taillights actually come from the interior. So you can see that red, big, thick taillights there are actually part of the color of the interior, which is red. So it's kind of interesting. They continued that piece onto the rear, and they continued the translucent blue into the headlights. Pretty cool use of materials there, if I do say so myself. But I just like how simple it is. The sparkly gray and black with the orange stripe. Got the Omni on the side here. Nice pretty black wall, shiny black walls. And then it has a black base, as you can see there, Hong Kong base, 1980. Some detail here in the axles here, pretty neat. And then in the rear hatch here you've got a couple of tennis rackets and a little duffel bag of some kind. So, you know, kind of a little sporty little hatch car there, compact car, very cool. I'm also looking for the Ford Escort, the black Ford Escort, kind of a similar type of piece, but I had that one before as well, and would love to recover that piece for the collection too. But nice to find one of those minty fresh. Here's a pretty neat little monster piece. This is a recycler truck. It's not really that old. I think it came from the early 90s, but it has this moving part. You can see, so it got some trash crushing action there. And I really like the orange and the fact that it's a recycler truck. Very much a supporter of recycling, so you know, you put orange on it and put that on it and you pretty much sold me, especially with the black walls. But it has a plastic base, 1991, but still they were doing the black walls all the way up till 91, I guess. And it's got a nice interesting shape for the back. There's also a sanitation truck that's kind of similar. This actually fits in the display case, if you believe it or not. I'll show you really quick. Look at that. Had no idea. I would not expect it to do that, but it did. Oh well. Speaking of big bad orange utility trucks, look at this sucker. This is a classic kind of vintage piece you have to own if you're collecting vintage pieces. The California Construction Peterbilt tanker truck. I definitely had this one as a kid, and I definitely chewed these up to probably an unrecognizable shape. But these are almost, not quite in good shape, but they're not too bad. I'd love to find one to crack open, find it on a bad card or something, and get a blister pull version of this. Just because how heavy this thing is, and it had a little plastic parts, it's very hard to find completely mint. But how often do you get a Hot Wheels with a big old chunk of solid metal on the back? I mean, that's just remarkable. And just a mean looking Peterbilt truck right there. So, and there's also the railroad variation colorway of this, and also a shell variation, which I'm looking for. But that's a favorite, and I may have to start collecting more of these tankers. They're just mean, heavy machines. So I'll show you the base. It's kind of rubbed off, but you can kind of still see it there. Hong Kong base. Very cool. Alright, whoops. Let's move on to some Real Riders. Here's a piece I really was happy to find. Picked this one up. It's the Rescue Ranger Forest Service in the Real Riders. White hubs. I think there's a gray hub variation of this. And pretty minty. A couple of little scratches. But the paint's nice and shiny. All the plastic parts are intact. Help prevent forest fires. Also has a plastic base, which isn't super exciting, but not bad. And then nice treaded Real Rider tires. Love these vintage Real Riders. Who doesn't? It looks very similar to the red line version I have here, but the tampos are a little different, if you'll notice. You know, it's the same casting, but the tampos are different. You can see this one says Forest Service, that one has Department of Agriculture. So that's more of a logo, and this is more kind of a painted graphic here. And then the words on the sides a little bit different. You got Unit 71 and Tools, and here Tools and Seeds in yellow. I'm not sure why they decided to change that up. And I think there's a Blackwall version, straight up Blackwall version of this as well. But I think it comes in this color tampo and not this one. But correct me if I'm wrong. And then you also notice the plastic parts are different color. On the red line, they're red in the plastic part, and in the Real Rider here, they're yellow. So kind of a cool comparison. Looking for that Blackwall version to complete this little set here. A couple other Real Riders here. Here is a Bywayman in yellow. And I don't recall ever seeing this in yellow growing up, and I've only seen a few of them online, and so when I saw this one come available, I had to get it. I think I probably paid market price for it, but I don't see these come up that often, and it was minty fresh, so I had to jump at it, so I grabbed it. It's got the white hubs. I don't remember if this came in a gray hub variation, but it's really nice condition. It's very similar to the blue Bywayman. There you are. And this one definitely has a gray hub and a white hub variation. And basically the exact same casting, all the same details, just a different colorway. Let's look at the bases real quick. Maybe we can see if there's any differences there. Not really. Just a tiny bit of difference in the Malaysia and the year and the copyright. So definitely a different kind of base. But the biggest difference is that in the yellow one you have some extra toolboxes here. Let's get to focus. Extra toolboxes in the back. And I think you can find that variation in one or two of the blue ones. I'm not sure how rare it is, but it's cool to have an example of that variation anyway. Not sure how rare this yellow one is either. I'll have to look it up, but you can also let me know in the comments. But those two look pretty good side by side. And then finally here, the crown jewel of this little haul here. I'm really trying to get into collecting all of the Bywayman type reel riders, and this one was a score. You ready? There it is. Boom. This is the Brian's Removal Power Plower, I believe is what this one is. Minty fresh. I probably paid too much for this, but I could not pass it up. It was minty fresh, probably straight out of the blister. And a lot of these you'll find with this broken off, the plow broken off. So there's three different colorways of this, to my knowledge. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me there's this red one here, the Brian's Removal, which is the power plower, and then there's the black one, which is the Super Scraper, which is a towing thing, I think, and then there's a green one, which is the Pavement Pounder. But they're all Bywaymen with the scraper in the front, or the plow. So I'm looking for the green one and the black one, but that one is just a crown jewel right there. I love it. I love how the blue, a lot of times I kind of don't like weird colors for the bed and stuff, but just the overall design of this I'm really pleased with. One of the things I never really realized is that the Bywaymans don't really have interiors. I mean, they have the seat, but there's no dash or steering wheel really. And I thought, well, maybe that's just unique to this piece, but it's actually, if you look at this yellow one, no interior, no dash, no steering wheel. Same thing with the blue one. Nothing going on in there. So this is actually, a boneyard version. They ripped the dash and the pedals and everything out of there. But I love this piece. I am so stoked to have it in the collection. It actually fits in the display case too, which I'm happy about. And this thing, I'm going to not mess with it much. It's, it moves a little bit, as you can see. But it's very hard to find these things mint with the plow still attached and not damaged. So I was stoked to find it. Take a look at the base real quick, and then I'll let you guys go. 1979 Malaysia base. So that's the killer piece for me right there. And but like I said, I'm gonna try to collect as many of these Bywayman variations as I can, and of course the Baja Breaker I'm always looking for, and the Reel Riders, and that's kind of what I'm after these days. So thought I would just show you what I'm up to lately. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave your comments and questions below. Be back with another video soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.